Hello guys, welcome back to the crew, calling all units. Summit series, summit qualifiers, sort of gonna do it on a series with some daily stuff. Going from Wednesday warm-up, Thursday time matters, Friday floating, Saturday skills, Sunday speed and stunt, Monday monster and Tuesday teamwork. What does that all mean? Well, it is involving the summit events. And we start with the Wednesday warm-up. The new summit is available, or the new summit qualifier in this case, the second one out of 3 for March 2017. Which means that this month, if you want to participate on the summit for free, where you need to be able to do that, you need to get 3 medals. That means that you have to participate in all 3 of them. Otherwise, you have to pay your way into the summit. If you don't have any medals, it's I believe it's 180,000 bucks. But even if you just quickly do a few events in this summit qualifiers, and you will get yourself a bronze medal for sure. Even if you don't even bother about it. And that's sort of what we are going to do. We're not gonna bother about it. We are quickly gonna have a look what is going on in this qualifier as soon as we have an access pass. And therefore we do a free drive challenge, 100 meters. Just created it here out of the blue, and you just do it twice, and that's all it takes. 2 times 5 seconds, and that will give us an access pass, or at least it should. There we go. Summit qualifier reward, access pass earned, and apparently it's called Mean Streets. Streets, suggesting that it's going to involve lots of street specs. Something like that. We have the access pass. So let's go back to the summit square and have a look what we're dealing with here. The previous qualifier I was in 3rd overall. The free drive challenge, free drive center PvP, we can already immediately ignore, because it doesn't count for anything. We tested it once more. The brand time attack, apparently with a Chevrolet Impala street spec. We have a jump, we have a speed skill, and we have a slalom. Speed trap is also street, and also the crew time attack is street. Monster Arena I'm not gonna do in this video, because yeah, it's one of the 4. In this case it's the East Coast Arena. It's in the East Valley here, and that's exactly the same place where it's going to be next time, I think. This is well, one of those skills that people use to grind for parts, because it's a pretty easy jump and you always get platinum. We're on a dirt bike, but doesn't matter. We're quickly gonna have a look on what we have to do. So it's this jump somewhere in was this New York Harbor or Washington? I don't know, somewhere like that. East Coast for sure, but 5,200 points, new record. As you can see, 16, 18, those are more like 18,000, that is. People using drag cars here, and then yeah, it's kind of a tricky jump. You can crash into stuff, and but eventually we're gonna end up with the drag car. That can already be guaranteed. Speed skill, have a look at that one. It seems to be one of the main streets of New York. And we start pretty far, which I think it suggests as this is speed skill 115 plus, probably. Let's have a quick look here. That means it is meant for drag cars as it is. Yeah, it's speed skill 115, so you need to use the drag car here, otherwise you will not even reach the platinum medal. As you can see, the time is very short. I'm using a dirt spec. I don't even get. Do I get a bronze? Oh yeah, bronze medal. That's what you can get. If you use anything else than a drag car, you're gonna get bronze here. Speed skill 115, 116, 117, and so on is yeah, that's meant for drag cars. You will not be able to reach platinum unless you're cheating, like some of them are doing in this game. But I'm also not sure that this was the way to go, because we seem to end there at the end, but it is very short on time. It's only 10 seconds or something, that speed trap. Slalom, also in New York, it seems. It's all in New York again. At least the sun is shining. Because rain, yeah, let's talk about rain, shall we? It's a bit of a problem. I can already tell you that right now. The brand time attack, the speed trap, the crew time attack, it's all raining, and most of them are even at night. And with, yeah, one, okay. One, you can use all your street specs, so you can use the best street cars, the Mini, the BRZ, or the Skyline. That's for the crew time attack. The brand time, yeah. Let's first have a look at the drag. By the looks of it, you can use all your drag cars, so there's no limitation. It's not. I thought it was going to be American. Seeing the last one was Europe and Japan, but apparently not. So it's an open class qualifier, meaning you can use all your cars in drag and in drift and so on. Okay, we have a concrete wall in the middle of the track. That means that you do not need a team of 4 here, because it's not going to help you. So a team of 2 will do. You can also use a team of 4, but then you have to drive 2 by 2, because otherwise there will be someone in the other lane, and yeah. So for the drag, 2 by 2, but a team of 2 is all you need here. You can go through these yellow barrels halfway there, but that will slow you down and will not give you a faster time with 3 of you or with 4 coming to the same lane. That no. Sort of like on the Bonneville the last time with all the cones. 3 people sometimes worked, but the 4th was usually not there. So that's for the drag. Let's have a look at the speed trap, what that is. Street, yep, that we already knew, but normally for speed trap we use a bike. It can either be the KTM, the Indian Chief Dark Horse, or the Hypermotor. They all have sort of 380 plus top speed. But that's not gonna matter here, because we're on Pumpkin Island again. It's the island full of pumpkins. We have done this speed trap several times. And it is raining already. And that's a problem. That's a big problem, because this bike, after the calling all units release or whatever, it can no longer drive in the rain. You cannot take corners with this thing. So yeah, can't even make that camera here. That is a problem. And it is the rain, because I've tested all street spec recently. I think it is the rain. It might be possible if I bring them back to 1299 that it can take the corners, but I don't think. They have patched the bikes handling a little bit, I believe, with calling all units, and yeah, this is one of the consequences. If it's raining, this KTM cannot take a corner. And that's a big issue. Especially on a track like this. So I don't know. Might have to test the Indian Chief Dark Horse or the Ducati Hypermotor. If that's also not work, then you have to go for a car. But top speed wise, I don't know. It's a little twisty track. Maybe the abort might work if you have that one. Acceleration is not that great, but it has a pretty good top speed. If you see me crash the bike, that's pretty simple. That instantly refills the nitro boost. But that's not really an issue here because, yeah, on this track you have more than enough time to do the 5 cameras. The idea here is to go for number 5, and the bike says, nope, not gonna do that. Could just not get to the camera with this thing. That might be something that I will be doing the rest of the time before I go to sleep. It is 4 AM here now, that's why this is called Wednesday warm-up. It's sort of Wednesday night, Thursday morning, 4 AM. And that is when the new qualifiers start for me now. On Thursday it used to be in the afternoons, but they have brought it back 12 hours. And so now on Wednesday night here in Europe, at 2 AM the qualifier stops, and then 2 hours later a new one starts. So normally it would be the KTM, but now with the rain, I don't know. We might have to test it if we can find a car which can go faster and better through the corners in the rain. Otherwise we need to make it work with this KTM. Obviously this is teamwork. That will be for later this week. Tuesday teamwork, where I will post all the events that we do with the team, or the best results that we got with the team, or something like that. Let's have a look at the brand time attack. Chevrolet Impala, no choice there. I'm not so sure if you do not have this car, then it's locked, I believe. There has been a time where you get a car like with a level 990 or something, in case you didn't have it, but that's not the case for a brand time attack. Oh my god. Nighttime New York track. We have done this several times, this track. Once or twice in this direction, and 4 or 5 times already in the other direction. Finish where we started, sorta. Oh Jesus, and then we have to use this American boat. Yep. I guess we'll have to make what we can out of this, especially for keyboard controller players. For a wheel, the Americans seem to work somehow. Well, at least they can drive them. They kind of like the muscle cars, people who drive with a wheel. But with a keyboard or with a gamepad, this thing does not work. And not only this thing, all the American boats can hardly steer with it. And the rain is not really helping. So also here, this is gonna take quite some time to get a decent score, or time in this case, on the board. There is traffic on this track, so coming here with a team of 4 might also not be the best idea. 2-3 people, that might work, because the more players you have in here, the more traffic you will have. But since it's nighttime, it might be okay, I don't know. This is just a test drive to see the track, to see the car, to see the circumstances, which again, just like in the speed trap, it was raining. Nighttime and rain. In the speed trap it was daytime, but it was raining there, so... Seems they are doing everything to annoy us, so that we play great missions instead. Well, Ubisoft, we're not gonna do that. We are Summit players, and we do not want to play that calling all unit crap, which not works, and January patch and March patch didn't change, it only broken more things. I just saw GNU came online. Gonna try to get him into a crew if the system works. Another one of those things, probably won't. It immediately works if you're in the same session. So for those who have a hard time getting into a crew with a friend, go to the same place, somewhere where there are not a lot of players. For instance, we usually go to either go to Seattle train station or to the Black Mount in the mountain states. There are not so many people about, and if you go there, it's pretty easy. Might take you a minute or so, but it's pretty easy to get into the same session, and then the crewing up instantly works. If it really doesn't work, then you have to reboot and do the same. So you all, if everybody reboots the game and you immediately go to the Black Mount. We had 8 people there in a session the other day with the RCT and crew team, so it's not a big of a deal. It's not immediately working here, this crew thing, so we can't do the crew time attack yet. To have a look at there. Let's have a look at the drift then. By the looks of it, you can also, you can also use all your drift cars. Also here, no limitation of some sort. Sometimes you're limited if it has a team. Usually qualifiers come with a team. Can be European cars only, Japanese, German cars, Italian cars, American cars, things like that. But it doesn't seem to have any limitations this time, except for street, sorta. Speed trap, time attacks is street spec, but other than that... this seems to be, what is this? All hairpins? Let's have a look. Let's have a look where we're going. Yep, it's uphill. We have done this track not so often though. Once or twice maybe that I can recall. I'm assuming last year in this qualifier, but other than that, haven't seen it anymore, I think. Because that's how it goes. For those who are new to the game, these qualifiers are repetitive. We have all of them done already in 2016, and now they're just repeating them. These are sort of June qualifiers, I think. The last couple of weeks we were dealing with the qualifiers that we did in May last year, and so I'm assuming that we are now going for the June ones. I've been looking on the channel, but I couldn't find immediately any footage of that one. But at the time I was doing ranking as well for all the cars, and that's probably why I don't have footage of that one. I've driven pretty far on the track now, and I'm not getting any wrong way or anything. So it doesn't seem to have a limit at the end, which is sometimes it does. Then you drive towards the end and suddenly it says wrong way. It's a bit of a tricky track, uphill with hairpins. Let's have a look here. can't show footage of the crew stuff if I'm not in the crew, of course. Meanwhile, I'm first overall with what was it, 60 players ranked or something. That's because I quickly go over all the events, of course, and set a time there. Okay, let's go, he says. Okay, so we need to make a crew. Let's see if I can get him in. It's the middle of the night, and even in the middle of the night you cannot crew up. Great patch, the March patch, where they were gonna deal with session errors and crewing up, and so stability of the servers, as they call it. People going from an open to a moderate connection, people going from an open to a strict connection, all after the update. They really fixed it again, didn't they? Let's see if the other were rank. Yeah, of course. I send an invite, he can't join. He sends an invite, I can join. It's one of those things in this game. But that means that I'm in a crew now. That means we can have a look what we're dealing with the crew time attack. I believe that was the second one. The mission is about to begin. This is a time attack, so I'm assuming Skyline, Mini Cooper, BRZ. Let's try the Mini Cooper. It is sort of first look and scores, so I mean. The Mini understeers a bit, the Skyline oversteers quite a bit, but has the best acceleration, and the BRZ, yeah, that's mainly for wheel drivers, I guess, because you have to drive that thing manually to get the best results. I think we had a brand time attack here last year in a Mazda RX-7 or something, so also this, not a new track. Good thing they mixed it up. Wasn't that what they said about the Summit update? They were gonna mix up. We were all assuming they were gonna mix up the tracks. No. They keep the repetitive tracks, they're just gonna mix up the cars. So it's the same old track, but it's this time with street car. Last time it was a performance car here. And again, nighttime and raining. I don't know. The Mini is small to go through traffic, but I have no idea if this will be the best choice here. Lots of corners, you might need some acceleration. And the understeer is also not really helping. For wheel drivers maybe the BRZ, but I am guessing we're gonna end up with the Skyline here. On this track at least. Where you need acceleration after every corner. 154. I'm pretty sure we will have times sub 150 during the week. That's what we're gonna end up here. Maybe even a 137, 138 here or there. Who knows? Although its street might be a bit slower, but we'll see. It was the first of the Wednesday warm-up videos, and I will see you guys tomorrow, I guess, in the Thursday time matters, where we have a look probably at the brand time, maybe at the crew time, if I already got a decent time with a decent crew. If not, then I will put that in Tuesday teamwork. But the brand time I will have some footage of in the Thursday time matters tomorrow. See you guys then, and bye for now.